Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to the first official episode of the Amateur Hour. I'm James,
I'm Trevor.
and basically what this podcast is going to be about is just basically sports, music, anything that goes on you'll see on Twitter, things like that. I'll let Trevor explain it more because really the idea from the name and really the inspiration came from stuff, whether he put me onto it or we listened to it together, but I'm going to let him explain a lot of that. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
Yeah, so we got this great idea to start a podcast about a year ago. Listened to a lot of mixtape podcasts. Shout out to mixtape.
Shout out Mixtape.
On our way to and from work last summer. And we would just talk in the car for what would be like hours at a time about anything, just basically shooting the shit, mostly basketball or any sports for that matter, music, anything. And so we just thought, what if we started up a podcast? And then from there, we're like, well, what would our name be? And so it took a while for us to figure that out.
Pretty long time.
And then one day on our way there to work, it just popped into my head, hey, James, what about the amateur hour?
I was like laying down in my chair when you said that shit. I was like straight back like this.
This man rose from the dead.
That shit's fire. That's exactly what it was. It was that shit's fire, and I went and checked iTunes. I checked YouTube. There was one I found. There was one he found. There was one named The Amateur Hour. It's a Kansas City Chiefs fans podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one just called Amateur Hour Podcast that hasn't posted an episode in 7 years. So we're just going to roll with it. If we run into problems, we'll figure something out. But we just thought we're going to run with it. It felt good. It really it captured like everything I guess we talk about because like you said, bro, it's literally just us shooting shit. Like it's literally just us chopping it up, but with microphones in front of us and with the structure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to be different than anything else. All right, with that being said, big day in the NBA, or big week in the NBA this past week, I should say.
Correct.
A lot of stuff went on, starting from the Conley trade to just the draft in general. So let's get into that. What are your initial post-draft thoughts? Not as a Celtics fan and me not as a Knicks fan, but just as an NBA fan in general. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's always a big event every year for me because I'm a huge basketball fan. But
as the NFL draft is for me, it's just
correct.
You watch the whole thing, I watch the whole. It's yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, but I thought it was really good. Overall, I'm pleased with how it went. I think that there are a few things with the structure of the draft itself that could be worked out in future years, but they're already planning that. Just like the first round picks 1 through like about 25 are done perfectly. It's fine. After that, it starts to take a slip downhill, and the second round just goes complete shit. Like we're doing stuff during like commercial breaks, like they're fixed. The one thing I fucking hate is they're talking about getting it fixed is when a trade happens.
The hat shit.
The hat.
Oh
thing,
my
what
fucking god! I hate the fucking hat thing. If you don't watch the NBA draft, what they do is it's not like the NFL. It's not like any other sport where if a team trades their draft pick, because technically isn't the rule that it doesn't go through until July 6th, like the end of July or something like that.
Whatever the rule is.
The trade technically hasn't gone through yet.
Correct.
It's agreed on a proposed trade.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what happens is, for example, DeAndre Hunter wore a Laker hat, right?
Yes.
He wore a Laker hat, but he's playing for the Hawks, right? The Hawks, correct?
Yes.
Because they traded the fourth for 8 and 17.
Yes.
Okay, so this kid who busted his ass to be drafted into the NBA, who just for hypothetical could be a career Hawk. Never put on a Laker jersey once in his life. Probably won't. Just an assumption. Excuse me. No, but a kid who's gonna potentially has the potential to be a career Hawk.
Yeah.
He's gonna look back on this biggest day in his life, and he's gonna be in a fucking Laker hat, and he's gonna be taking pictures with a Laker hat and a Laker jersey. It's stupid.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how far
I know
it goes.
for sure.
But here's the thing: Did
they had Kobe wearing a Charlotte?
Yeah, but
that
happened. But that happened. That trade happened at the draft, though.
No, yeah,
That was after he was drafted, I think.
Well, the thing is, like that one, going into it.
Yeah,
so, like,
but here's the same thing with Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning. But that trade was agreed upon behind closed doors.
yes.
But then once the picks were made, it was.
Well, that's the thing, and like, I'm fine with announcing it as the draft is going on.
Mhm.
But then
Put the kid in the right fucking hat.
maybe like you have an abundance of hats back.
Put the
like,
kid in the fucking right hat.
I gotta imagine that you can just whip out another fucking hat if it's to like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Atlanta
understand if
and
it's like
fucking
just.
give it to him.
I don't get if it's just a technicality thing or what.
No, it's gotta just be the ruling of it, and that's what I gotta imagine it is.
The fuck? The NBA care about rules, bro.
These
Motherfuckers, first of all, they care about rules. They're gonna let my man wear the right hat, but they gonna fuck up the draft odds for my Knicks. Just let me stop. But yeah, all right. Now give me your take. I know your take as a Celtic fan already, and you had many, many, many opportunities to do so. Talk about Bol Bol, bro. Talk about why do you think he fell? Because the text you sent me during the draft, rolling in tears, and I can read you the thread of text.
Go ahead.
Oh god, this is gonna be funny.
I'll go ahead and give my take.
Okay. All right, so it starts here. I go, Bol headed to B-Town. Let's go. He go, better be. And he goes, and he just texts me. This is after they drafted Grant Williams. He goes, bro, what is going on? And I go, no, how is no one taking him? The Warriors are going to take fucking Bol. Oh, my God.
That would have been sick.
Yeah, but then he took Jordan Poole, right? And you said I love that pickup. And I said, if Bol falls to the second round, that's a robbery.
Oh, he did.
44, right?
Go ahead. Keep talking.
Bro, if this man falls to the Celtics in the second round, I'll freak. I go, what pick they got? You said 33. 33. He really might. He's still there. Something's got to be wrong with Bol. I don't understand. This motherfucker has to have West Nile virus or something.
Oh, man.
Bro, when I tell you tears are an understatement.
That's top 5 things I've said in my life. Reflecting back on it, like I'm.
Yeah, Jesus, I was in tears. So, what do you think? Do you think what does that mean?
Just Bol or the Celtics?
The Celtics. Talking as a Celtic fan, what do you think?
As a Celtic fan, I'm not as mad at the draft as I was.
Because
initially.
you didn't have a terrible draft.
No,
You
not by any
you
means.
got some very good pieces. Langford's a good
As a matter
player.
of fact, as I look back on it now, I actually kind of love it. Like,
I have them down as one of my draft winners.
correct, I agree. I think Langford's a great piece. Even if it's coming off the bench, we have Jaylen Brown, we have Jason Tatum. He's not starting for sure.
Oh, he's not going to start, but I think he could play big
But
minutes.
he's a nice 2-guard coming off the bench.
I think straight up he can be an 18 to 22 minutes off the bench guy.
And this year, I don't see why not. And it's almost one of those things where now I wouldn't hate moving Gordon Hayward.
I think you need to making $30
Yeah.
million. What have his stats been? They haven't been $30 million worthy.
Listen, he took a step up this year considering what happened to him. And it's a
Yeah,
lot better
no,
than
you
what I
can't.
expected.
I can't disagree with you, but at the same
But
time,
it's still $30 million.
$30 million. When you signed him at the time, if he never got hurt, who knows what that team would be?
Yep.
Let alone
Agreed.
Kyrie. Here's the thing. The whole thing with Kyrie, notice how the team did better without him in the playoffs?
Mm.
I think that was a sign from the jump.
Not necessarily. I think
Well, Tatum emerges as ball, not the ball dominant, but with the ball he succeeds and he
he's
can.
a basketball player.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Any guy who's confident in scoring is going to want the ball at some point. Like, listen,
Well,
if I'm listen,
no,
no,
it's-
just
you-
listen,
no,
he's a scorer.
no,
He's a fucking
no,
scorer.
you're right. I agree with you. With you saying that like any competent scorer would want the ball, there is guys in the league that don't need the ball to score and necessarily sometimes don't want it, and you know what I'm talking about. Guys like Klay Thompson, guys who catch the ball off screens, guys who get plays run for him. But I'm saying completely different players. But
No,
I'm
I get
saying
where you're
that's the
coming from.
no,
I'm
that's
just gonna
the
stop you there, though,
that's
like,
the outlier. That's the outlier.
No, okay. But even still, though, listen. If I were to say Clay, you're gonna get 2 shots a game, he's gonna be like, fuck no.
He wants a ball in his hand, but I'm saying he doesn't need to play make. He gets plays made for him.
Tatum's the same way. Tatum makes plays, yes, but he.
I think no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Tatum is a guy who can have the ball. He can go get his bucket. but he
that's
can
what
also
I'm saying,
make
though,
plays
is
for
that-
everyone else.
But like, it's not easy going from being a guy that was scoring damn near 20 to
12,
now I barely see the ball because Kyrie's here. Like,
because
that's what I'm
Kyrie's a
saying.
very
That's
ball
what I'm
dominant
saying.
guard.
Like, and it's the whole team. Scary Terry had to
Yeah,
take a
now-
major step backwards and take make a lot of sacrifices just because
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie stepped in and he played his role. I'm not mad at
Yeah.
Scary Terry whatsoever, but coming off the year that he had, I understand why he's upset now.
Yeah, you can't be mad, but the fact that Al Horford, Kyrie comes back, and I think we could both agree that Horford was arguably the second option on offense, and I think that's the mistake. I do. I think when you have
No, I'm fine with that. He shouldn't
he
be.
shouldn't be, and I think that's the biggest mistake on why Tatum had this sophomore slump. I think
No, I think it's mostly Kyrie.
I'm saying, but if Kyrie, the amount of times Kyrie was dumping the ball or pick and roll or pick and pop with Al
But
Horford,
that's why Horford's the second option.
I'm saying why can't that be Tatum?
You're gonna pick and roll Tatum.
You can't
Would you?
pick and pops, pick and rolls probably not as much, but pick and pops, yeah. Run plays for him, off ball
It's not
screens.
gonna work the same.
I'm not saying it's
It's a
gonna
lot
work.
different when you're switching on to I don't know,
A wing.
Joel Embiid or a Boban or any other center in the league who can't fucking guard Kyrie versus switching on to like a small forward. Very, very
Yeah,
different.
no, you're right. You're right. All right, getting
Which is what that mostly was, which is switch him on anyway.
no, I hear you, but now we're getting into we're just getting into basketball, like basketball as a whole.
Correct.
All right, let's keep it going. Yeah, let's just move straight into winners and losers. My major winner, obviously the Pelicans. So far, just throughout the whole offseason,
They did pretty good. They didn't fuck it up.
yeah, as an organization that's
Sugary
never
ass
been in,
coffee.
for an organization that's never been in a position like them to do what they did, and to not fuck it up, I give them a lot of props.
Yeah. Yep.
When's the last time that organization was in the position they were in talent-wise?
It's got to be dating back to CB3 and David West.
It's a long time ago.
Or Anthony Davis.
That's when they were
Marcus Cousins.
That's when they were the Charlotte Hornets, bro.
Rondo,
Or no, they were the New Orleans
that team,
Hornets.
that team was close, I'll
New
say.
Orleans
I'll
Hornets.
give them that.
Yeah. But I think this team's gonna blow it out of the fucking water, dude. I gotta tell you.
No, for sure. On paper right now.
I gotta tell you.
And they're deeper.
So much deeper, so much younger. Like, I just think, yeah, I don't know. I got the Pelicans. I got the Hawks up there.
Hawks definitely up there, for sure.
Yeah, just thinking about who they got now.
They're going to be good.
Be a good young team. You know, with Trey Young, John Collins.
They drafted pretty fucking good.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the draft order now. What the fuck is Cam Reddish doing at 10 when there's guys like Rui going at 9? I'm not shitting on anyone as a basketball player because I don't have I cannot do that. It's not my place. I'm just saying, seeing what I've seen, and Cam Johnson at 11. You're going to tell me Cam Reddish is one pick better than Cam Johnson and one pick worse than Rui?
Shout out Cam Johnson. But he did go way too fucking
Way
early.
too early. Because you got guys like this. If you're looking for Cam,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And Rui was a stretch too, for sure.
big stretch. I mean, just looking at the guys that went, if you're the Timberwolves, all right, I get it. Jackson Hayes off the board. Even if you wanted a young backup center behind, whatever. Rui's off the board. Cam's off the board. Garland's off the board. These are guys, the next 5 picks, right? And tell me which ones aren't better than Cam Johnson. No bias. B.J. Washington.
Yeah, he is.
Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
Romeo Langford.
Yeah.
Sekou Doumbia.
That one, verdict's out on that one, but I personally would say he is.
Chumo Kiki. Not barring injury. That's the only one I say you can clear cut say that, all right, Cam Johnson a better pick than that just because you don't know what you're getting out of him.
No, I probably, yeah, I don't know. It's toss up.
Yeah. Everyone, dude. Who's the biggest sleeper in this draft for you?
Oh, let me go back to my goddamn draft.
All right, real quick, I want to talk about 2 foreign guys getting drafted back to back. 2 Eurostash guys. Goga and Samonik getting drafted back to back at 18 and 19.
Mhm.
What do you think the Spurs have up their sleeves with Luka? And what do you think the Pacers do in this next year preparing to get Goga back from Georgia? Because they have Miles Turner. Very competent big man. Do you think he can make the move to the 4? Because Goga can't. At least what I've seen from him.
Who's this? I'm sorry, I zoned out.
What's up?
I zoned out. Go ahead.
Goga. Going to the Pacers. Miles Turner's there.
Yeah.
Very dynamic big man. He could possibly play the 4. How do they prepare in this next year? Does he even make it to the Pacers next year?
Well, they have, don't they have Sabonis?
He's going to be a free agent after the season. Arguably, he's a 3/4 too.
No, Sabonis is a 4. But
Okay.
they're going to be interesting because I don't know where they're trying to move this forward.
I mean, I gotta think you're trying to win.
No, for sure. But I just don't know where they want to, how they want to move this around. I don't hate Gogo off the bench.
Yeah, I
I
could
don't
see
hate
that.
if you want to develop him as a 4
I don't think he.
and then let go of Sabonis.
I think Turner would be a
I
better.
don't think he's athletic enough.
I think Turner would be a better option at the 4 than Gogo would be, just because of straight athleticism
Yeah.
and ability to shoot the fucking rock.
Honestly, in the NBA, it doesn't really matter what you're labeled as.
Position,
It doesn't matter how you use them.
positionless basketball.
Yeah, well,
We've talked about that before too. Positionless.
some would say it's always been positionless, other than center, really. Back when it was center dominant, but
Power
other than,
power
like-
forward's always been a weird position. Looking back to the beginning of time.
my thing is just like you can listen if you're gonna guard a big on defense, but then if you can come down and fucking shoot the 3 on offense, I don't care what number I have you listed at. It's just
You're on the court to make plays.
Yeah.
No, I trust me. I hear you. I really, dude. I really like Kyle Guy. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't.
a lot of people were fans of Dante DiVincenzo too.
You're right. I mean, he's still in the league. He was on.
I'm
he
not
was on the
saying
best. He
anything
was
bad
on,
about Dante
he was
DiVincenzo.
on
I'm
the
just saying a
best
lot of
team.
people were high on him too, and he's
They were high on him because
gonna
of,
be an
yeah,
average
yeah,
backup
no, and
point guard,
we can agree it's because of the tournament hype.
Yeah.
They both played very well in the tournament. Just watching him play though, I like the way he plays. Not even just saying because he had a good tournament run. I like the way he
No,
played.
listen, he's got some shit to his game. I'm not going front, but like, still Kyle Guy.
I can't get over the Knicks, man. You trade
What
up.
about it?
You trade up 8 spots.
Who did y'all do?
Ignis.
You did take Ignis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and give him benefit of the doubt
Terrence Mann went after
because
him.
he's good at drafting. At least
He's
historically.
got to be good at drafting. But what did I say before this draft? No foreign fucks. None of them. No, but Ignis plays well. He's a good basketball player. He reminds me a lot of Mo Wagner coming out of Michigan.
Mhm.
I don't know whether it's just because they're foreign guys from Michigan.
Maybe.
It's probably why. They're both little, tall, lanky. I just got to see how he does. I got to see how he plays in the summer league. Just so I can see, I guess, kind of just how. I really haven't watched a lot of them.
Mhm.
I've seen highlights. I haven't seen that many lowlights. And, I like lowlights.
Yeah.
I like seeing players at their worst just because if I can watch you at your worst and see bright spots, then there's something to work with there. If I see you at your worst and it's just like, what are you doing in the NBA or in any sport really? Then, I mean, there's no really bright spot for you and I'm not going to be a fan of you. But there are guys I'm rooting for in this draft. Some guys that didn't go drafted.
Correct.
How do you pronounce it? LeQ or Leak? Or there's a LeQ.
Jalen McHugh.
Is it LeQ?
He wasn't even supposed to be.
I'm saying he's not. He didn't get drafted. I'm saying.
He wasn't supposed to be in this draft.
What?
He's not. He wasn't supposed to be in this draft anyway.
What do you mean? He was supposed to stay another year?
He was supposed to be in college next year.
What do you do? You finish school early? High school?
I don't know what the hell he's doing, but the Suns. He was at Brewster. And I don't know if that was his prep year or what.
He's a year removed from high school.
I guess.
'Cause he's
the Suns offered him a 4-year contract.
2 years guaranteed. I think it's just a regular rookie deal. Just a little
So
more.
I don't know what that entails.
I'm a big
I don't
fan,
know
though.
If that means he comes in next year.
No, I think he's playing this year. He's 1 year removed.
Sure.
He's 1 year removed, just like our boy Darius
I don't
Bazley.
know the details of it, but not a terrible move by the Suns.
Not a terrible move.
For the first time in a while.
They did fuck up the draft.
They sure fucking did.
They had them listed as a big L for the draft, talking about winners, losers. So you move up to 6. Guys like Cam Reddish, Kobe White, Jackson Hayes, PJ Washington. You take Jarrett Culver up at 6. Why?
They didn't. Timberwolves did. They traded back.
Yeah, but that Timberwolves pick.
Oh, you're talking about Timberwolves in general?
No. The Suns.
Suns traded back.
Yeah, that Jarrett Culver. Jarrett Culver's on the Timberwolves, and then
Correct. The
Suns
traded
drafted
back
Cam Johnson.
like some fucking morons.
Dario Saric, Cam Johnson for the 6th pick. That was a trade, right? When you look at it that way, it's Jarrett Culver for Cam Johnson and Dario Saric. That's what the Suns get?
Yeah.
Okay. Dare I say, stupid.
I hated the moving back in the first
I
place.
hated them moving back just because you're in dire need. Why do you moving back? I see if you're moving back.
You
Well, we
move
talked
back
about
5
this.
spots.
You move back 5 spots if you're going to get a guy like Jeff Teague who's going to come in and give you a good, solid 2-3 years. Or if you get a guy, I know you don't like him, but like Tyus Jones, someone that can come in and be a transfer point guard, I guess you could say, just like a you know, if you're a bridge quarterbacks in the NFL, like a bridge point guard.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Just
You don't. You're just
Not
not a
at
fan.
11.
You're not a fan.
not at 11 now.
I'm saying, but you have to get a piece back that you're going to use. Where are you going to use?
Cam Johnson's gonna get used.
No, I'm saying in the trade to trade back, you're getting Dario Saric. Why? What is he going to do for you in the long run?
That's what I don't understand. Like,
You got to get a piece there, or even if you don't want a guy, just get another pick in the future.
That's what I would have done.
Or if you're going to give me, I'll take Dario, but give me a lottery protected next year, or give me something.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You move back 5 spots in a pretty good draft.
You gave up on guys. You gave up on guys like Kobe White, Jackson Hayes, Rui, and Cam Reddish. That's what you did.
For a team that needs a point guard.
For a team that needs a point guard, to give up on a guy like Kobe White, who's
And I think
Arguably-
gonna be good.
arguably-
I think he's gonna be really good, but it's still like it's a risk.
It is a
Like,
risk.
If it doesn't pan out, you look stupid.
Arguably, Kobe White's the second best point guard in this draft class before stepping on an NBA court. Different play styles, of course. We're talking about between him and Darius Garland.
We'll see.
It's arguable.
Correct. But it's debatable. Speaking of which, Garland, the Cavs. What the fuck?
I don't know what I think of the Cavs. To be honest with you, I don't know what I think of their moves. It could work. It could blow up.
A 2-point guard system for what? For what?
I don't know. Can't tell you.
I don't get
I
it.
really
I
couldn't
just
tell you.
don't.
But all right, we got our winners and losers. Talking about a little bit about sleepers. Who are can't miss guys? Besides
John Moran.
besides the top 3. Even RJ Barrett's not necessarily a can't miss. Saying that is,
I get where you're coming from, but
I think he's a can't miss. I think he is, but I can see how you can make the argument.
no, for sure. But at
I
this point,
think if your expectations are right, we're going in with saying our expectations are correct for these players. I think Tyler Hero is a can't miss guy. I think he's going to give you exactly what you expect from him.
Okay.
I think he's going to give you great shooting. I don't think he's a starter in the league right now. Maybe on the Heat, just because they're the Heat.
Yeah, there.
He might be like a 25-minute starter.
As long as Dean Waiters don't gain another 20 pounds, he'll
Again.
be all right.
Yeah, but I think he's a guy who can go out and maybe right now give you like 11 or 12 off the bench. Maybe the peak of his career be like. I think he could be kind of like a perennial 6-man kind of guy. Come off the bench, give you 16 to 18. No. You don't think he's capable of dropping 16 to 18 points a night?
When?
Not saying this year. I'm saying.
Okay, no, okay.
Eventually in his career. Yeah, what? Yeah, Tyler Hero's going to come out and win Rookie of the Year. That's a hot take.
Saying-
Hot
yeah,
take.
I was hoping you weren't saying
No, I'm
that.
not saying that. I'm saying the peak of his career. That's what I see. Like his ceiling, I can see him being a perennial guy, like kind of like an Eric Gordon. He might slip in and start here and there, but I think he's going to be a guy who comes off the bench. He delivers scoring, plays some decent defense, and
Sure.
gives you your 16 to 18.
Who took him again?
Heat.
The Heat. Yeah. Yep. No, he'll start for them eventually.
You think so?
Give him a
You think
couple
he can
years.
move into a starting role?
Yeah. That would be the hope at 13.
Well,
if I'm drafting at 13 and I pick you, I'm hoping you become a fucking starter.
Yeah, but that's
hopefully an all-star.
yeah, that's their expectation. I'm
Yeah.
being realistic. No, I'm saying that's what they think. I'm being realistic, seeing what I've seen
Dude,
from him.
that's a fucking lottery pick.
I'm aware of what it is.
If I draft in the fucking lottery, I expect you to be a starter at some point, at least.
Yeah,
at the
but
least.
I didn't pick him.
I'm aware. I'm just saying. If I'm a team picking the
I
lottery,
know. I'm not saying you're the Heat. I'm saying what do you, as Trevor, expect from him? The peak of his career, I could see him being an
I
Eric
expect
Gordon,
him to be an extremely
good shooter,
proficient scorer,
but that's it.
a very good shooter.
That's what I see him as. I just see him as a guy who comes off the bench and scores a
Yeah,
shit ton of
pick.
points.
Yeah. I see him starting.
Eventually, I can see it. Yeah.
I see him scoring a lot of points.
Okay. Yeah.
and shooting the ball really fucking well.
All right. Anybody else you think of, like, just guys that no one really understands or can't miss guys are going to do what they ask you to do? Matisse Thybulle, he's going to play fucking amazing defense. I think he's an up.
Yeah, I feel like that's can't miss for where he was pegged at.
Yeah, 20 for a
Late
guy
20s.
for a guy who's going to be an offensive upgraded Andre Roberson. That's what I can compare him to. Do you have a different comparison? I think he's just an Andre Roberson who could shoot the ball a little bit better.
No, yeah, I don't disagree. I think he's right in there. I think DeAndre Hunter's pretty can't miss
Yeah,
for whoever took him.
for wherever the fuck he ends up.
Yeah, I mean he went to the Hawks at 4, but even if he slid back to like 7 or something like that, like I'd been fine with that.
Yeah.
And I would have said, okay, like that's a guy who, at worst, is 3-and-D, and I'll take that on my team any fucking day.
Yeah, you need 3-and-D guys in this league. So after this draft, and so far we got through the offseason, who are your sleeper teams for next year? Who do you think is going to perform past expectation?
Going through it, I feel like the Nets are gonna take. Well, I want to see it until.
I want to see after free agency before I answer the Nets. This is something we can revisit after free agency. I'm just saying right now.
I think the Warriors are gonna be better than people will expect.
I don't. I think they're 4 seed at best.
I still think that's better than what people expect.
What do you think? What does a regular person expect? Regular NBA
They're
fan.
not gonna have Kevin Durant. They're not gonna have Klay Thompson for most of the year.
I think Curry's gonna have a year where I think he's gonna have a James Harden year. I think he's gonna go on a tear and score 40 points in like 10 straight games. But here's the thing. I think
he's pegged lower than a 4 seed right away.
I think he can't play more than 70 games next year. He'll get hurt. He needs to play 65 plus, 65 max.
Yeah, we're gonna test that ankle out.
Oh, 100%.
He's got them weak ankles. We're gonna
100%. If he's gonna be the best player on that team, and he's gonna have a year like James. How many games did James Harden play this year? Can you look that up? Do you think he played?
He's pretty healthy.
No, I'm saying he's healthy. But how many healthy scratches do you think he had?
How many what?
Healthy scratches.
Healthy scratches.
You know what that means?
Sure don't.
All right, healthy. All right, Trev.
That's a football term.
It's a sports term. It's used mostly in like hockey.
You said that shit to me.
It's used mostly in like hockey and baseball.
2018 to 19. James Harden played 78.
78. All right. Well, he's also a freak of nature, and he hasn't had a bad history of injury. But Curry with those ankles.
37 minutes a game.
Yeah, Curry with those ankles. I don't think he's playing 78 games.
Relatively, he's been healthy
But I'm saying I don't think you're
for a good amount.
on that. But James Harden also has help. He's putting up these numbers, but he also has help.
Correct.
Curry will be the best player.
No, this would be like if
Curry will be the best player on his team by far.
Like if Capella and like Eric Gordon got hurt. I mean, I know it's not the same, but
No, it would be like if CP3 and Capella got hurt.
well, CP3 was hurt for a good amount of the year. Okay, Steph played
This year, how many games?
69 games.
He played 69 games this year, and he was arguably
The year before that, 51.
51 games,
The year before that.
and they still won the championship. Sick fucks. So good at the fucking game of basketball.
No, but I think they're gonna be better than people expect them to be.
Yeah.
I feel like people are sleeping just because.
Isn't it crazy that we're talking about the Warriors as a fucking sleeper team?
It's wild.
It's insane.
It's crazy what injuries can do. To
No,
a
it's
team.
crazy what Kawhi Leonard can do to a team.
Fuck that.
Nah.
I love Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard
but
would have ruined this. He would have ruined this dynasty a year or two ago. Wherever it was, Zaza slid under his fucking foot.
yeah,
He
this
would have beat him in the
done
Western Conference
a couple
Finals.
years sooner
Exactly.
If it wasn't for Zaza Pachulia fucking
Zaza Pachulia is the worst thing to ever happen to the NBA
being the Terminator. Yeah.
in the last decade. The worst thing that ever happened to the NBA is taking out the hand check. You got some?
Yeah,
You got something else?
No.
Taking out the hand check has it's turned basketball into football. In this way, the rules benefit offense so much more. The rules benefit pulling the fucking chicken from half court.
People want to see offense.
That's what I'm saying.
As a basketball player, I hate it.
As a basketball player, you love watching defense, right?
I just like
You like seeing hard grit.
I like seeing people play. I like seeing.
You like watching street ball.
No, that's like I mean just like let people fucking play. If someone wants to come across the lane and give somebody an elbow, okay.
Shouldn't have went across the lane.
If you see it, call it. If you don't, then fucking play.
That's kind of how I am in football now, bro. It's like All right, these guys
Actually,
get.
they started letting people go in the playoffs. I'll say that.
They
Like,
fuck, dude. Don't even get me started on the officiating in the finals. We're past that. That was fucking on. It was terrible.
no, correct. But for the most part in the playoffs, they usually
Yeah.
let people play a little bit.
It's just like any sport. You got to let it loose in the playoffs a little bit. You start calling fouls in the playoffs, like, dude, what are you? Guys are not gonna play hard anymore. That's the kind of shit we're gonna have. Guys aren't gonna play hard.
I don't know about that. But
Come on, dude. Playoffs. Everyone's trying to play hard. If they're just fouling out every game,
people are still gonna play hard. It's just
they're gonna get. You're gonna.
somebody's got to adjust.
Yeah, I just think it's good the way it is. I just think that finals officiating was terrible. Anybody else? What other teams do you think are gonna exceed expectations next year? I can give you one.
The Kings should be pretty
I
good.
think the Jazz. I think the Jazz are going to win 50
Were they
50
really a
games next
sleep-
year.
Were they really a sleeper though?
I think the Jazz are going to win more than 50 games next year.
They weren't a sleeper.
Last year?
You're saying you said sleeper teams. That's not a sleeper.
I think they'll win. I think they're one of the main favorites in the West. I think they're. If I was to put my money on a team to win the West, I'd.
Where?
What?
You have them winning the West.
As of right now, let's see how free agency goes. If they land Tobias Harris, they'll win the West.
Oh boy. I don't know about all that.
All right. You tell me LeBron and AD is going to go well, and get back to me.
It probably will.
I don't think so.
And if they land another big free agent, it'll go just fine.
If they land another big free agent, who's their bench? Isaac Bonga, Mo Wagner.
See, we say this, and I don't disagree, but what I'm saying is that they've, for the most part for LeBron James' career, he's had a couple pieces off the bench, yes, but they've never been like big name guys that like we thought about like right away. Outside of like Ray Allen, like Mario Chalmers.
He was a starter.
Like I'm saying, okay, but anyway, like supporting cast, whatever. Like
Shane
it all
Battier.
gets lumped into one. When you have three fucking stars,
Tristan Thompson.
the rest of the team is just supporting cast.
Yeah, but you need shooters on that. Who shoots on that team? Who the fuck can shoot the ball?
That's the problem. Like, go get a shooter.
You need more than one shooter.
Agreed.
I think you need don't fuck signing Kemba. Fuck signing another big name. You got to go get Danny Green.
Not getting.
You got to give him what you got to go get Danny Green or a player like Danny Green. I think they fucked up. I think they fucked up because you know who would be perfect for that fucking team?
Who?
Hunter. DeAndre Hunter. 3-and-D. You said it yourself.
Yeah, correct.
They need
But they wanted AD.
No.
They got AD. It worked out.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. Worked out just fine, I think.
We'll see. I'm not saying that there's not going to be incredible and they're not going to do crazy things. I think they'll be top.
I also think we're vastly underestimating, or a lot of people are vastly underestimating, how good a healthy LeBron James is.
I'm not. If LeBron played those 18 games that he missed, I think
They're going to the playoffs.
they're a 5 seed. I think they win. I think they win at least 14 out of those 18 games.
They're up
They
there.
didn't fucking play anybody. Like the combined record of those teams is like I started a long time ago, but it was fucking terrible.
Yep.
It was god awful. I know they played the Knicks like twice in that span.
Not great.
The Knicks also beat them one time with a healthy LeBron James. I just want that to be noted. Mario Hezonja's the fucking GOAT. Anyway.
Sorry, you're a Knicks fan. Go ahead.
Sure am. It's hard. Leave me alone.
You haven't had much to celebrate about.
I'm also a Giants fan. We're not going to get into that yet.
Nope, sure ain't.
Brightest futures for teams and players from this draft and like this time. Brightest for a player. Who do you think is the brightest future? We know Zion. We know Ja. We know RJ.
Okay, so outside the obvious.
Exactly. And fuck everybody who wanted to call this a 3-man draft.
Correct. I
Not a
agree.
3-man draft.
Yeah, definitely not. Bright futures.
I think Kobe White in Chicago is going to be amazing.
It has potential. It definitely has potential.
He's going to get a partnership with like Murray's or something. Or like with some curl activator.
Oh,
That'd be hilarious. You see him on a Garnier Fructis commercial? Nah. You know what it is? You know what it's going to be, bro? Kobe White's going to be the next Head & Shoulders model. 100%. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
fair.
Come on, bro. That fucking afro. I think Cam and ATL is going to be cool. I think a lot of people don't give him the credit he was deserving because he's with. Look at this. He was the third best player on his team, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other two got drafted first and third.
Yep.
You're telling me that guy got enough touches on the ball and he got enough opportunity to play? Even with Zion out for what he was, he didn't get enough opportunity to show the player he is. And I think when we redraft this class in 5 years, I think he's top 5.
Probably will be.
Just my thought.
Listen, I've seen him play live.
Yeah, I know you have, and
He can fucking play.
and you've told me like, dude, you told me years ago. You were like, dude, this Cam Reddish kid. I'm like, yeah, he's like league. And this was before he was even committed to Duke.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Before we get past the draft, I just want to talk about like we let's go back on it. We were talking about guys that didn't get drafted. And we talked about LaQ. Let's talk about some other dudes who, on the top of your head, went undrafted. I know who we're talking about. Are we gonna talk about him?
Who, Nas?
Yeah. I hope, dude. I hope he works out. I really hope he does well. I hope this year in the G.
Oh, I do too.
I hope this.
That's my boy,
I hope
but
this year in the G League really like gets his head on straight.
We'll see.
I have hope. I have hope for him
So do I, but
because it's always that thing when he's playing in front of people, he plays his ass off. And if you saw the flashes of those flashes of AAU, and when he was at LSU, just chucking from half court, nothing but net, just going down the lane and bullying people. Like his game is so versatile when he wants it to be.
yeah, when
He's got to flick. He's got to flick that switch. And I think
turns it on.
towards the end of the year at LSU, I saw him doing that, and I can't give him a hard time because of all the shit that was going on at LSU's basketball program this year.
Yep.
So I cannot say that was the most stable place for a kid who's going to be in the NBA in a year, for his mind to be in that setting.
Mhm.
Definitely difficult, and I give him a lot of credit for succeeding the way he did on the court and off the court. But yeah, I hope to see where he goes. Let's talk about Matty Farrell, teaming up with Bonzi again.
Where is he going?
He's with the Bucks.
Is
He signed a contract with the Bucks. I think it's a summer league deal. If I want to be completely honest, I can look it up right now. But he's playing in the summer league with the Bucks and Bonzi, and that was big talk on the Notre Dame fans sports page on Instagram.
Sure.
Huge talk. I'm just gonna let you know if that happens, and the Knicks fuck this up.
What, getting Matt Farrell?
No, just being decent, winning 10 more games they did last year. If they don't win 30 games this year, I'm gonna be pissed.
Mm.
You're not a 30-win team. RJ Barrett wins you 6 more games by himself.
Probably, yeah.
You won 17 games last year. If you don't win
No, you definitely should take a step forward. There's no
13
doubt
games
about
is an underachievement as well, I think. If they get someone in free agency, they need to win 40 games.
Yeah, unless it's
Unless
Kevin Durant.
if they get
can't play.
yeah, even if you get KD, you got to show some type of promise. I think that lifts team morale, and that can draw other smaller role players there. But yeah, no. A lot of jersey in the NBA.
Also was upset not to see Lewis King go.
Louis
From
King,
Oregon.
yeah, Louis King should have went. He got signed though.
He's really good as well. Did he?
Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure Louis King got signed.
I hope he did.
I saw something about it. Not Louis Vuitton. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, because I didn't see anything.
Bro, a whole lot of jersey is hitting the NBA.
As it should. There's a lot of talent in the state.
Sure is. Says he went undrafted, but I'm pretty sure he got signed.
I didn't see anything yet.
Oh, this is the article I read. This is where I saw his name. What do you got about the draft? Anything else? Anything? Yeah, I can't really find anything on Louis King, so I guess he didn't get signed. Yeah, dude, I just think this all season is gonna be insane. I think it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of it not starting yet, let's get into free agency. Who's the biggest free agent out there with Clay and KD being hurt? Where does Kyrie go? What do you think? Let's hear what's your thoughts.
Not Boston.
Obviously not Boston. Fucking Momo.
You call me a Mo.
Not you. I'm telling Kyrie a Momo.
I mean, we've obviously heard a lot of Brooklyn. I think that would be retarded on Brooklyn's part.
Why?
your mission should be to bring back D'Angelo Russell and just run it back. Really bring back D'Lo. If you can go get Kevin Durant, get Kevin Durant.
D'Lo wants to go back to LA. Do you see that?
He said he wouldn't mind.
He said he would go if the money was right. He said I would go if the money's right.
He essentially said, I wouldn't mind it, especially now that Magic's gone. Is what basically was said. Which tells me he likes Brooklyn a fucking lot. But these motherfuckers are talking about getting Kyrie Irving. Why the hell would I want to stay?
Couldn't tell you. I'm not D'Lo.
So until the offer comes through for D'Lo, I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And if I'm
But
Brooklyn,
here's the thing.
bring him back.
He's a restricted. I think they're going to wait for someone to offer him.
Okay, I get that, but like,
And I think someone's going to throw the fucking house at him, dude. I really do.
but that's why I don't. My thing is, why even let it get to that point?
Because they were going to want to talk to Kyrie. They're going to want to, of course.
Fuck Kyrie. And they have the right mindset now. At this point, thank God. Because at first it was just, let's go get Kyrie. Now they're saying, we only want Kyrie if he can bring KD as well. Which is fair.
Didn't hear that. But I'm also been out of commission for the last 2 days.
Which, if you're going to get Kyrie, that's
You can't
what your mental state should
you
be.
can't just get Kyrie because
No.
Kyrie has proven now time and time again he needs to be a number 2.
Correct.
He can't be a number 1.
If you want to have a winning team, he can't be number 1.
He went and had his fun for a year. Average didn't even prove that he was a number 1. He might have had worse stats being a number 1 than he did as a number 2, expectation-wise.
That's false, I think.
I'm saying I think you think he was more efficient as a number 1 or a number 2?
You can check the stats. I'm just saying, like, his numbers overall probably were better.
I'm not saying they weren't better. I'm saying efficient. I'm saying I think he's a better number 2 than he's a number 1. We're agreeing on that, yes.
I've said that for a long time.
Okay.
We both said this.
So, 17-18 is when he got hurt, right? And he only played 7 more games than he did this year.
Okay.
So him being hurt, he missed about the same amount of time. But they did make the playoff run last year without him. So in his last year in Cleveland, which he was still number 2, right? That was the year they won the finals, 16-17. That's the year they went to the finals. They lost. They lost in 5.
Yes.
He started 72 games, played 35 minutes a game. He shot 9 for 20. Shot 43%. 47%, sorry. Shot 47% from the field, 40% from deep. His efficiency field goal percentage, though, was 53.5.
Okay.
His free throw percentage was an 88, and he averaged 4.7 assists. He made 1 less shot a game this year on 3 more attempted. He shot 46% from the field. His efficiency field goal percentage was about the same, 55. All right, it was a little higher. Instead of 53, it's 55. And averaged 7 assists a game. In how many minutes? In about the same minutes. And he played 5 less games. So it's kind of the same, I guess. It's just watching him being number 2 is weird.
No, the numbers are better.
He averaged more points as a number 2.
Be
No,
honest.
the numbers are better, but he's also playing more. And he's getting the balls in his hands more than it was.
Not by a lot.
The
ball
in his hands a
for
lot
sure.
more.
Yes.
And
Playing a lot
he
more. not
averaged
necessarily.
2 more points his last year in Cleveland. But not like I'm saying that makes a huge difference.
No.
It doesn't. But yeah. I'm sorry, that was probably just boring me reading over stats, but
For something that could have been that was said. Yes.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, I got you. But again, like we said, he's a number 2.
He's a number 2, he's not a number 1 guy. Which is weird to say as an elite point guard in the NBA.
Not necessarily.
It's interesting to me to think about it. A guy who's supposed to run the team on the court, you know what I'm saying? guy who's in charge of facilitating. His job description in basketball is literally facilitate,
Yeah.
play make, get yours when you can. And it's kind of a team first position when you really think about it.
No. Okay, yeah, but it's not that much different than like if I'm drafting a quarterback and this guy's just a running quarterback. Like
We see how those succeed in the NFL, in professional sports.
we see how score first point guards succeed without a main guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
I know. Russell
Which, by
Russell
the
Westbrook
way,
by himself is nothing.
I was just about to get into that. Not nothing, but
He's not a champion.
There's a reason why KD left. I think KD teaming up with Kyrie wouldn't be that much different
It would just be different.
than him playing with
It would just be
Westbrook.
different
play styles.
Different personality, same play style.
No,
You say
not the same play style.
uh,
Score first, yes.
Yeah, but
But more jump shots, more.
not as much slashing.
Yeah,
It's
you get
gonna
what I'm saying,
be a
like,
shooting team. It's gonna be a perimeter based team. It's not like drive and dish and pad my stats. No, I hear you. Trust me, I understand you. What else you want to talk about? Kawhi, he's going back. You just said he opted out of his option today, right? As he should, because
he should get paid.
opting into it would be so stupid.
Not necessarily.
You're gonna take one more year over 5 more years making a supermax.
Can you even make that?
Can he make the supermax? Yes, he can make the supermax. He was an All-NBA player twice in this last contract, and he just won Finals MVP. That's got to mean something.
No.
I mean-
Finals MVP does nothing for you. I'm pretty sure.
It's got to be a bonus.
Put a bonus in there somewhere, yeah, but I don't think it makes you eligible for a supermax.
All NBA does, or all defensive,
Correct.
or an award, right? That's an award.
I don't know if MVP does it for you or not.
But if you're MVP, you're All NBA. At least second team. But I guarantee there is there.
No, but my thing is if you were to do, which you wouldn't, and I agree with him opting out, but if you were to just stay the year in Toronto, he could make more money the year after re-signing with Toronto than he would just opting out now and going somewhere else.
I think he's gonna stay. I don't think that's the point. I think he'll announce that he's going back within the next week.
We'll see.
Because I think the only teams he's going to talk to are the Raptors. It might take longer than that just because of the whole situation of the Raptors president. Whole thing of him beating the shit out of a security guard for not letting him on the court.
That was debunked, by the way.
Was it?
Yes.
Never mind. So, maybe there's not a lot going on there.
Nope.
All right. I'll stick with it. At least the next week and a half. At most, he's going to.
Well, again,
Because the only two teams you're going to talk to are Toronto and the Clippers. I don't think he's going to talk to anyone else. Do you?
Other people will entertain it, though.
I don't think he'll.
And you have to
It's
listen.
Kawhi. I don't think he'll entertain anything. He wasn't even.
Listen,
He told Popovich, "I want fucking out." He told Pop, "I want out."
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to entertain the Cleveland Cavaliers or
Obviously.
he's not going to entertain. He's like, "I want to play."
But like the teams that are realistic and have money,
What teams are realistic
besides?
besides the Clippers and the Raptors?
I mean, LA could be realistic to some extent.
I don't
Lakers.
think he'll go there.
I don't think you would either, but it's not a fucking stretch. They have the money for it too, or can possibly.
He doesn't want to play there.
Brooklyn,
He doesn't want to play there.
New York,
I wish, dude, the things I would do for him to be in a Knick uniform next year.
but this is what I'm- like these are.
Do you
teams that have
do
money.
you understand what I would do?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Sick bastard.
Yeah, some fucking dude.
You gonna be the next plant guy?
Chill, bro. I'll buy him a greenhouse. What?
I'm gonna buy him a fern.
All right, we transitioning from basketball now. Enough basketball talk. You want to talk a little more? Anything else on the top of your head, basketball wise?
No, I kind of just think until free agency really hits.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have this conversation about at least 2 more times.
Anything really interesting
Yeah,
to happen since the draft just happened, and the draft was
yeah.
it was the draft.
I can't wait to watch the summer league. I'm more excited to watch the summer league this year than any other year. I don't know if it's because I'm the most into basketball that I've been, but I want to see these rookies play against each other.
It's that, and then
I want to see Taco Fall play in a Celtic uniform.
oh,
I can't wait to see him in that.
oh, I'm excited.
All right, let's hit it. Hot take: Can Chance the Rapper save summer 19's music?
Maybe.
Maybe, he says. What do you think of his track with Corday, Bad Idea? Or really Corday's track with Chance?
I love it
It's fire.
from a music
It's
standpoint.
fire. Here's the thing I always
I like bars. I like
I like
meaningful songs.
here's the thing. Top two favorite, not best, favorite rappers, artists, whatever you want to call them. There's a difference. I'm not getting into that right now. Is Chance 1, Corday 2. 100% right now. So that song is really just like, and I've been a Chance fan, forever.
This man got chills.
When I listened to the
his
song,
arms.
yeah, in the car, listened to the song, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened. Call me a bitch.
No, it was good.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
It's not
It made
a summer song.
it made me excited for his album.
Yeah.
He
Fair.
performed a song from his album on the Tonight Show, I think. Not the night, one of those late night talk shows. He performed a song.
Okay.
Didn't get a chance to listen to it because I've been doing nothing but trying to sleep. I've been out of commission these last 2 days, and I just haven't been on my phone. Like I've been on my phone to talk to you about this. That's it. Here's what I also have down. I said, can Chance save the summer, or will Revenge of the will Revenge of the Dreamers save the summer?
I think that has a better chance.
I think that'll be more popular. Revenge of the Dreamers, just because.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
J. Cole himself has more. JID himself might have more fans than Chance. Not loyal fans, but more fans in general.
More hype.
Yeah. Oh, Chance gets a bad rep, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
He does. He gets a really bad rep, and it's gonna sound like I'm sucking him, but I'm really not. Like, when it comes down to music, if there's not passion behind it, it's not for me, and I feel like that's the way a lot of people feel. But I think people take Chance. They're taking Chance 3 and blowing it out of proportion. They really are. People are like, oh, I wish Chance would get back on ass. And I'm like, bro, he is a fucking kid. If you don't get your head out of your ass, bro, just because your favorite rapper pulling guns out around his son doesn't mean Chance got to take acid with his fucking 3-year-old daughter. The fuck? This man is cleaning up the streets of Chicago, and you're calling him a pussy? Kill yourself.
People like hearing about guns.
I'm sure they do. Listen, all right, listen. I told you I was listening to that episode of Flagrant 2. They were talking about who's scarier, OJ or Chief Keef. Andrew Scholes made a great fucking point. It was amazing. He goes, it was something along the lines of, I'm more scared of OJ Simpson than any rapper because rappers talk about killing people and then you never see it. OJ got away with killing a white woman and a Jewish woman. That's what he said. And dude,
Oh,
a
no,
lot of these
OJ
rappers be fake. A lot of rappers be faking,
Correct.
and
A lot of them don't.
a lot of them don't.
But a lot of them do.
A lot of them do. But the ones that don't get caught. You ever realize that? The ones that get caught do the shit.
Correct.
Free Bobby. This November or next November? 20 or 19?
Man, Lord knows.
Anyway, free Bobby. TK got caught.
Yeah.
Sure did. But I'm saying guys like that, they get caught, they do time.
Sure do.
It's not just like it's if Young Gravy told me he let me tell you something. If Young Gravy comes out with a song saying he shot someone in the face, I'm straight pulling out that quote and putting it on Twitter. Gravy just piped your accountant. Anyone who tells me they're piping my accountant doesn't own a gun.
Yeah, no. Nope.
I can't with music anymore today, bro.
It's something.
It's a shit show.
Not,
Dude,
in what way?
everyone thinks they can make music.
Yes.
Stop. If you're not good at it, don't do it.
Well, that's all part of the process, though.
As someone who is as someone who's very invested in music, you know if you're good or not, and you know if you have the potential to get better or not.
Well, some people think they're actually good.
And all this hyping your friends up over SoundCloud rap, stop it. You're creating monsters. I'm talking to you. You're creating monsters. Yeah, stop it, please. Your friend sucks.
You can
Your
support
friend,
but
support your friends.
Please give them constructive
Constructive criticism. If they suck, they suck. If they live in a one bedroom apartment and they're talking about, yeah, I pull up in a range, they drive an '02 Nissan Altima. Tell them to rap about that '02 Nissan Altima. I'm trying to hear about.
Yeah, and I'm not trying
I
to
listen to
hear
enough.
auto tune
Uh huh.
and talk about the same shit that
Exactly.
I've heard from
Everybody,
everybody else at this point.
for real. I'm really over it. Coming out strong first episode. Just coming for throats, man.
Yeah, I kind of wish this was the second one.
So, but dude, all right. So,
Go ahead and
we
talk about
tried to
that.
record the first one. We really did, but it was all screwed up. Our audio files were all screwed up, and it just didn't go well. And it was the day before the draft. We did a mock draft and everything. It was a really long episode.
It was a
The
long
raw,
episode.
I went to the bathroom in the middle of it. Like, I was supposed to edit that out. If I edited that out still, it was going to be like an hour and 45-minute episode. We're almost, I'd say we're 3/4 through. We're not even at an hour yet.
Yeah.
And
No, I just reopened Audacity,
yeah,
and I was like, oh my god.
I'm much happier with this too because the last one we literally talked, our mock draft probably took 50 minutes.
Yeah, we just get off topic like a
We
motherfucker.
we did tonight too. We tried to like have structure, but no one has fucking structure.
Not really, no. And it doesn't help that you just take me down a fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah, but you come with me. You don't pull me out. You
Well, 'cause
follow
then I'm
my
invested, especially basketball
Yeah.
shit. Like at least music. Like at some point, I'll just be like, all right, like let's get back on.
Yeah,
track.
we
Like,
talked a lot about music just now. We put a lot out there in a short amount of time. So let's move on. All right. What are you hopes in the new post-credit scenes? Endgame.
What's the deal with that? Because I've seen a
They're
lot
the
of
movies. They're putting the movie back out in theaters with a post-credit scene.
with a post-credit scene.
Yes.
Is it just a post-credit scene or?
No, it's the movie, and then there's a post-credit scene after.
Oh.
So we got to go watch the movie again, which I'm not mad at. I know. We got to go watch another 3 hours of the
So
best.
I'm gonna go watch another.
I'll be honest with you. I'll probably take a nap through the beginning.
Correct.
I'll watch the fight scene again.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
I just hate the fact that I have to sit back through it
For another 3 hours.
just to watch a post-credit scene.
I might not. I might just put it on Google it on. I might just search it on YouTube.
I'm close. That's what I'm gonna let Anthony do that. I'm gonna let my brother go to the movies and then record it on his phone. Then I'll
Last time he
watch that.
told us there wasn't a post-credit scene.
Well, technically
There
he
wasn't a
wrong.
scene. He's like, yeah, there's not even worth staying to the credits.
Well, he's also
Slow sometimes.
correct.
Yeah.
He has his moments. So
I'm
For him to
kidding.
not
I love
pick up-
Anthony.
no,
I'm
that's my brother.
kidding.
But he also I don't.
He doesn't. He's not as into it as we are.
Yeah, and he just also like. He could be completely oblivious to the fact that there's a fucking banging metal sound.
Ding, ding, ding.
So he's probably
What,
like, okay,
bruh?
that's just part of the movie. That's just
The-
what
the-
they put that sound over.
The audio spike that just made.
hmm
It looks like a penis.
Yeah, it's over here on my screen too.
Hey man.
No, but I think it has to be correlated to that, right? Like,
Possibly, maybe not.
what do we think it is?
That sound? I think it's just. I think we look too far into it. I think it's just a tribute to Robert Downey Jr. making his armor,
It might be.
or Spider-Man making his own new suit, or Mysterio making his armor, or them building.
I think
the
it's the next
inter-
big bad.
What?
I think it's the next big bad.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad time to introduce it.
This next Spider-Man movie is going to be
Very pivotal.
It's not even that it's very pivotal. It's going to be a good movie.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
they
That's
can't
obvious, though.
miss with Spider-Man.
They don't fuck up.
You can't fuck.
Marvel doesn't fuck up.
It's not even that
period.
Marvel doesn't fuck up. You can't fuck up this movie. Like the amount of hype that kids our age, who are, I'm gonna assume, the age of like 18 to like 25, is the main core of the Marvel fan base. Has to be. I think it has to be.
Yeah, I mean, little kids are involved
Little
too,
kids, but
invested.
invested.
Yes.
We know the kids around like that we're friends with that love the movie.
Yeah, it's like our age group, and then just people who are older that
Of-
just fucking love
and
comics.
Spider-Man was made with the intention of being that fan favorite. Literally, when he was created, they were like, "Yeah, this is for the kids."
Yeah, R.I.P. Stanley.
Rip Stanley. I'm gonna go fix this camera.
No, but it could be. I've heard a bunch of different theories on it. It could be, Doom.
It's a possibility. Not.
I don't think it would be Galactus yet.
Nope.
I think that's early.
Mhm.
If they're gonna introduce him.
That might be later in the line. What I was
That's what,
what
I'm
I was saying
think,
about
I feel like you guys have one big bad now. I wouldn't hate to see Galactus after that.
what I really like is they didn't have a big bad in the first half of the Infinity Saga. It was really just fighting their own problems and finding themselves and figuring everything out. And then Infinity War and Endgame were really them coming together to fight
Yeah.
an outside evil.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd imagine it's gonna be the same structure.
yeah, but it has to start again. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man. This time they're going.
Yeah, somebody
They
has to
they
get
didn't
into
go
it.
into Iron Man thinking this is going to be a franchise. And first of all, it wasn't the Russos.
Yeah.
This time it's the Russos going in. Like we have to restart a saga. So I think there's every minute detail is going to be huge in the Spider-Man movie, and the fact that they're showing us that Zendaya, that plays MJ, knows that he's Spider-Man already.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're telling us already about interdimensional travel, the fact that they're or like the multiverse theory,
Love
which I hate to break it to you. Like I told you when you told me like, oh, multiverse, I'm like, yeah, that's in Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
They travel 80 years in the future in that show,
Okay.
and then there's a timeline thing, and I'm not
Yeah,
gonna get into
so-
it, but
No, please don't.
I mean, you still haven't started the show, and they're on the 6th season, so.
Yeah. Again,
I'm,
please
I'm
don't.
just saying. There's just a lot of little things from everything, and they draw. I think this Spider-Man movie I think here's the thing. I don't think they're ever gonna come down. I think every movie's gonna get better than the next from the last.
Yeah. I mean, there's gonna be a few.
Like Endgame, nothing,
aren't great.
nothing's topping Endgame. I think Endgame's gonna stay on the top
Not for a while.
until they have this saga. Like when we're 35 and they come out with whatever. Like think about that.
Which is gonna be.
Think
wild.
about that.
Like, we're having another 10 years.
Yeah, another like 20 movies.
Maybe 30 years old.
Yeah, bring my kids, bro. What?
Jeez.
You gonna watch this? You gonna watch it?
You're gonna enjoy this.
You gonna watch it, man? It's gonna be funny.
Hey, man, you don't even know about.
You don't even know
Iron Man
Tom
and
Holland,
shit.
old ass. They have to recast Tom Holland 3 times. Keep getting a teenager. Why isn't Spider-Man growing up, man? Spider-Man's been in high school for 17 years. Here's also the thing. At the end of Endgame, did we ever find out if they just said it was still 2018? Or did they keep it at 2022 or whatever the fuck it was?
That's what we don't know.
Because everyone
I
came
have to imagine.
everyone came back, they thought it was 5 minutes. So they can literally just say like, "Hey, it's still 2018."
They could, but
I don't think they will, but I also don't think they
no,
want to be
but my
5 years
thing is-
ahead.
But the kid was still there.
You mean?
Iron Man.
Oh,
kid was
yeah.
Still.
No, I know the time didn't go back. I'm saying, what do they tell all the people that got snapped back?
Oh.
Do they tell them it's 2022, or are they just like, no, we're going to just say it's 2018? Because I don't think Marvel wants to be operating that far in the future. Making movies. They might be. Who knows?
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I think they want to operate in today.
I'll leave that to the people who make the money.
I'll leave that to the Russos. Whoever writes that, yeah.
That's gonna hurt my brain. Fuck that.
Well, no, it's really simple. It's either we tell everyone that got snapped back that it's 2018, or we don't. And then Marvel has to operate 5 years in advance all the fucking time. I don't think they want to do that. They might. Who knows? They're smart people. Smarter than me.
Yep.
All right, on the movie scene, expectations for Space Jam 2. Mine are I don't want to go see it. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that one to go to DVD.
Might be straight to DVD. You hear that?
Wouldn't surprise me.
I doubt it just because there's sure like the firepower having LeBron. Did you hear the bullshit that's saying
I'm
did
not
you-
gonna hold you. I'd be more excited to see Lola Bunny again than seeing
LeBron being MJ?
like LeBron being basically MJ and then
You're gonna like you said
Anthony Davis.
the first time we recorded this. You were like you're trying to tell me that LeBron's not gonna hit a dunk from half court, and he's not the Monstars aren't gonna make a return.
Yeah, you're telling me LeBron James ain't gonna do the stretchy arm from half
I would have been
court?
more excited if it was all them old. Like if like MJ was back in it
Like Uncle
old.
Drew. Oh, you mean just old?
Yeah, like Muggsy was there, just old as shit.
man.
Patrick Ewing, old as shit. You're gonna tell me they
I
don't have
know
to?
if that's possible. Is Sean Bradley still alive?
Probably not.
He was like 7 foot.
He was the tallest player of all time behind Manu Bol.
He's still kicking it. God bless him.
I doubt it. Not even trying to be an ass. When you're
Nah,
I'm
known
surprised. I'm
fact.
surprised
When you're
Yao's
that-
still walking around.
When you're that tall, your life expectancy is naturally shorter.
First thing that comes up is Sean Bradley Equinox. Don't make no sense. Oh, he's still alive. He's 47.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything about him dying.
But he's 7'6", dude.
But again, it wouldn't have surprised me if he was.
You want to hear something crazy? You want to hear all of his kids' names? Chelsea Bradley, Chase Bradley, Sierra Bradley, Charity Bradley, Cheyenne Bradley, and Chance Bradley.
It's Gotta see for C's.
I want to see how tall his son is. Holy shit!
Tall.
Unless that's Sean Bradley as a kid. His daughters are huge. Holy shit! His daughters gotta play like D1 volleyball.
Volleyball, yeah.
What the fuck? That's unreal. But no, yeah. Ow.
We're doing it again. Let's get back on track.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I have no expectations. There's bullshit out there saying that because Klay Thompson's in it with LeBron, he's gonna sign with the Lakers. I laughed.
Yeah, that's just not a good theory. That's just not enough backbone.
How are they gonna film this when he can't walk? Does him tearing his ACL push back the film time?
He's gonna.
Does he have to do double rehab so he can be in a movie?
Have, like him early on, and he's just gonna be like sitting on the bench.
Yeah, he's gonna be in it for 5 minutes.
And the ball's gonna land in his hands, and it's just gonna suck his powers up. He's gonna be like, "What?"
No, I mean it's definitely gonna come out within. It's gonna get filmed next off season. I can guarantee that because it's not getting filmed this off season.
Well, it just got casted, yeah. So
They'll film it next off season.
Anytime soon.
They'll do reshoots the off season after that, and I think it'll come out during the 21-22 season. That's my expectation. I don't know if there's actually a timeline out there or what. I'm not gonna go through the hassle of searching.
Not that I care that much.
Don't care that much. Really don't. Anything else you want to talk about, dude? You got anything at all? I'm going on Twitter to find stuff.
Go ahead.
I'm saying we gotta fill this blank spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean I haven't been on.
Have you listened to
any
Panini?
social media.
Have you listened to Panini?
What?
The Lil Nas
Lil
X. Yeah, I refuse.
I heard like 7 seconds
I
of it,
refuse.
and I actually kind of liked
I
it.
refuse.
But what's your beef?
I hear Old Town Road 40 times a day at work.
Sure.
I do like his. We're back to music now. Look at this.
Mhm.
I like his angle on music. I like how he's like, yeah, I like country and I like to rap, and he puts it together, and I think it's awesome. I think it's dope that what he's doing for music. I don't like what people are doing to it. The fact that if I want to listen to this song and if I'm driving by the beach with my windows down and I put this song on, you understand, like an army of 5-year-old boys and girls are gonna start chasing my car, screaming, "Ride till I can't no more!" You know how annoying that is. That's why I can't listen to this song. I got little kids dancing at work to this song, and I'm just trying to cook some pork roll. Oh no! Watch this argument now. Watch this argument, Taylor Ham argument we get into.
Oh boy,
I'm not getting into it. It does not that big deal. If you call it Taylor Ham, your mum's up.
Yeah, it's pork roll. Go fuck your mother.
Oh. What's the exact line?
It's
Cheese.
blue cheese. It's buffalo wings and blue cheese. Or go fuck your mother.
What is this ranch smelling like somebody's ass? Oh, fuck. God. I'd say it's, three carbs left. Oh, jeez. Go listen to Joey Diaz.
Yeah,
That's let's just
go laugh a
go.
little bit,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I know this didn't make you laugh.
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little bit here and there.
A little
If you made it this far, thank you.
Correct.
Yeah. So let's just get into the logistics of this, just to get it out and hash it out. If you're still listening, thank you for listening to our first podcast in length, episode 1
of the Amateur Hour Podcast.
100%. Featuring everyone's favorite Italian and Ghanaian.
Yes.
But yeah, they're gonna be about this length. I think they'll max out an hour and a half if we get a really good conversation going. Hour 45 max, I think.
Sure.
Something like that, because I don't think I can sustain. All right, the only reason this one's shit is because I feel like shit. I feel terrible.
Yeah, you've had a rough couple days.
Yeah, I've been at it.
Most of our stuff that was really good content
It was in the lab.
got wiped
Yeah.
because
Shame.
we know the fuck to do the audio yet.
No, we know how to do it. It was just being annoying. I can't put two audio.
Being on a budget.
Being on a budget sucks. I'm not paying $300 for Final Cut Pro.
No.
So until
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Eventually, not yet. But yeah, I think we're gonna put it out every either Monday or Tuesday. Maybe we might do twice a week if we have time. When we get to school, it's gonna be tough. When we go back to school, but we're gonna try to do it as much as possible. But yeah, once again, thanks for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. But yeah, that's episode 1, and you guys have a good one. Peace.
Yep, we're out.